Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to Evospace. As always, I am Dor, and today we are going to go ahead and upgrade some of our stuff, or most of our stuff if we can, to hard metal. I have a ton of it being turned into the hot ingots to be able to freeze them and then use them in plates and stuff. Just that process is taking a long time because we're using a titanium one, and our electricity is keeping it going, but it's not charging it quick enough because it needs 100 heat before it actually turns one of the ingots into the ingot thingy that we can use. But we'll fix that today, hopefully. I changed this stuff over here so we don't have one running off of methane and one off of hydrogen. We have them both running off of hydrogen now, which is pretty great because we have a surplus of it. And this is kind of holding itself together now. The reason I kept running out of power is because I didn't pay attention to it, but the way I have it set up is this battery bank is purely for the mining arms to harvest the food or the pumpkins, and I accidentally connected it into the rest of the stuff, so everything in this area was running off of these batteries, so that's why these are always drained, and these ones were always drained, and then we ran into power problems because we weren't making enough methane to even fuel these guys anymore to keep things rolling. But now I fixed that, so we should be good. We'll change these out for hard metal when we get to it. I also changed out the conveyor thing over here, so we have one feeding into two and then one feeding into two, so we have 4 arms emptying this thing, and we if we need to, we might have to actually make this bigger or add another section of the bamboo, because now we don't have any steam generation because we go through the bamboo instantly. But this is a lot better because we actually have steam. Whenever this thing actually runs, we have a little bit of a backlog of steam for like a minute, and then it empties out again. But we should have a bunch of plates right here. I've been making a bunch of the hard metal plating, and we should have a couple of the parts in our system over here, which we do. Okay, so we can go ahead and make these things over here. So what is this thing called? Industrial blast furnace, I think. Industrial smelter. So it's this guy here. We need concrete and aluminum conveyors. I also changed out all the conveyor belts to aluminum ones just because that's the last tier of stuff you can unlock. This thing here, if you plug it into something, you can see it instead of having to click on it. You can also adjust the sizing of the picture, so you can make it bigger or smaller. There are other ones of these, just like massive ones. I don't know why you would use these. I can't seem to connect more than one thing into them, so I'm not going to. But I am going to put this on our power cables here, because it'll tell us the same thing it'll tell us when we just click on it. It gives us like a readout of our energy consumption, and I think that'll be a lot better for us to just take a look at when we are messing with our power stuff to see if we're actually giving it enough that we need. I think on the bottom it means we have a total capacity of 90 being fed through, maybe, or a 90 like demand, and we're only producing 1.7, 1.0, I guess. It just swapped over. But I'm not sure on that just yet. I needed to grab my concrete, and I didn't grab my concrete. Let's grab our concrete. It should be here. Aluminum belts as well. We have a bunch of those made as well, so get those out. We need one of you, and then we need 32 pipes. Let's get that going. Kablamo. I didn't realize you can put this thing into the smelting unit because it's not hollow in the middle, so I figured you wouldn't be able to do that, so I didn't even try to do it. But apparently you can, and it is a better way of heating the furnace here, because it's using one electrical input to smelt three outputs for the heat. So we're gonna go ahead and swap all these out for that, and then once we get this done, our whatchamacallit fluid should be back in here. It is. Okay, so we take that out. We take this. We need to kill the arm over here because it's just going to feed the machine here. Get you out. Is that everything? Cool. We can dump that back into here. And then we can break this guy and put this one in its place. Let me turn my input things on so I can see if I have it lined up. Okay. And then we can go ahead and plop this guy here. It's like a big coil, and on the top it has 3 outputs. Even though this has 4 heat inputs, we're only going to use 3 of them. And then we can plug this back in. That is going to supply it a lot quicker than the 4 electrical heaters we were using. It gives it, what is that, almost 5 every tick instead of the 0.9 each one of the machine, or each one of the things was given it. So we can go ahead and plop our arm back down. That'll start making our stuff here, and then if we plug our stuff back in here, we can use our refrigerator again, so we don't have a hiccup here in our line. I can turn that stuff off again. Okay, so that's our first hard metal piece of equipment here. Oh, I need to put this stuff back in there. I forgot about that. And that should get going. So we have a 1 times multiplier on it. It's not a massive increase, but it's a lot better than the other one. The wait time is going to be less once we swap out our stuff over there for hard metal, hopefully. But let me go ahead and start making some of this stuff. I'm going to actually hold off on this stuff here and actually go ahead and upgrade our power system first. This is more important just to keep things running smoothly. We can make a battery, I believe, in hard metal. Can we make a battery in hard metal? I don't think we can. I know we can make one in titanium. Where is the battery? There it is, right there. Okay, so let me just see. Can we make this a hard metal one? No. Titanium's the last thingy in batteries. Yeah. Okay. So we can make a titanium battery because we have all the stuff necessary for it. This is going to start breaking down and then chugging through our power. So right now I'm not going to have it run, but I can go ahead and put that stuff back in there. We get a little bit of titanium back from that stuff. So what do we need over there? We need 2 gas turbines, which are, those are the steam turbines. These are the gas turbines. So we need 2 of you. We need 2 of you, which is 36 coils, which we have plenty of right now. Good. Okay, we need 2 of you. What else do we need over there? I'll change out the steam turbine later. Like I said, we don't really have the steam under control now that I swapped that stuff out. Now we're kind of running out of bamboo quicker than we are making it. So I'll worry about that later. We need, let's see here. We need a heat exchanger. Let's go ahead and get that going. Inverse heat exchanger, nope. This one is the one we need. We need piping. We don't have piping on us. Okay. So we need one of those, a radiator, a fridge, a industrial separator, and a chemical reactor. Okay. So we should have all of that stuff over here in our stuff over here. So we need one of you. We need a radiator. Boom. We need an industrial separator. That's the normal one. Where is the actual one that we need? There we go. Industrial separator. Chemical reactor is on the top row. Kablamo. So we have the separator, the exchanger, chemical reactor, the engine. We only have 1 turbine. Yep, we only have 1 turbine. Let's make another one of those. And that's 2. So that's our gas stuff situated. Our we need a freezer as well. Solar panel, logic, fusion reactor. I think I talked about that, but that's not actually implemented yet, as far as I can tell. There's no way of fueling it correctly, or fueling it. Period. I can't figure out how to fuel it. If it is implemented and can be used, that'd be great because that'd be a good source of power, and I'd feel more comfortable using that than a bunch of solar panels that I can just keep changing it today whenever we need power. Metal. Yeah, some of these aren't implemented either. But we need a metal freezer, and I think that is it. I think we're using 2 engines over there as well. Let me double check that we're only using 2, and I'll make one of those for these guys as well. This guy's running into electricity. This is an engine. Do we have an engine on this side? We do, and we have a compressor. The compressor I don't think we're gonna upgrade because there's no need yet. But we'll go ahead and make these 2. And that should be good to go. So let's go ahead and swap all this stuff out. I need to kill the power to this place so we can get things rolling here. I was hoping I could pick that back up. Boop. Okay, let me go ahead and change all this stuff out for the hard metal stuff, and then we can get some other stuff going here. Alrighty, so all that's swapped out, everything's running, and it looks like we are producing 2.7, maybe 4.5 electricity every rotation. So that's pretty cool. If we take a look at our graph thingy over here, the 90 hasn't changed, so I don't know what that means. But we are up on the 10 range. We had no power coming through, and then we just started jumping up back up to where we were, I think. Alrighty, so I went ahead and swapped out the electrolyzer over here as well. It's faster. It gets things through quicker, just in case we do need the extra hydrogen coming out of this buildup over here. So we need to throw this stuff away. Let me go ahead and do that. We can just dump it in our mine over here. Get. Is there a quick button? I don't think there is a quick button to do this. We can just drop all that out. We still have a bit of hard metal left over. I don't want to change these out because these are already fast enough to where I can kind of barely keep up with them. But yeah. So we're going to go ahead and make a couple of titanium batteries. We're going to turn this thing on and see if we can handle the power that's required from all this stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but it's going to be a good test of power that we're making right now. So we can go ahead and do that. It's going to break everything down. We have a couple titanium plates and stuff over here anyways, so we can go ahead and grab some of those. Let's take half that inventory, half that inventory. For a battery, we need wires. We need sulfur, and we need the stuff that's over in the other building or the other area. Is this gold or is this sulfur? That's gold. That one's sulfur. Let's take that. Hop over here. It's over here in this rack. This is what I was trying to get out of my face. So we can make 1 battery with that. 3 batteries. That's exactly what we need. Cool. And then we'll just replace those 3 right there with these guys. And hopefully we are golden. See, now it's 90 out of 90. So I'm unsure. But these things are actually still charged, even with this guy running and the furnace dude over here. It's still charging up. I don't have the rest of this factory running, but if I did, I'm probably going to hit a wall with that thing. But this is good. How fast is this guy charging up is the question. Instantly. There's no delay there. It's charging right back up. So that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and break these batteries. Yeah, we'll break the batteries. Or can I put them on top and they'll take a charge? Or is that not going to happen? If I can land on the cable, that'd be great. So can I put you on top and you take a charge? You do take a charge. You carry 400. Oh, but they look so cool compared to these ones. Let's go ahead and just break these. I'm fine with that. We'll lose a little bit of power, but it's not the end of the world. Gonna get rid of here. Get these ones out. Go ahead and plop these guys in. Oops. And we now have a 1200 capacity power bank there. And then these guys carry... What do these guys carry? Is that why I had 90? What do these guys carry? 30. That is exactly why I had 90. I had a 90 battery capacity on the line. So now this is going to be 1200? Yep. Okay. Makes sense. So that's good to know. We're pulling around 50 a tick right now. Or I guess it's climbing up again because one of the things just probably started cooking. Okay. So that's good. We are producing enough to satisfy our needs at the moment, which is great for us. We can also break these batteries down. There's no need for us to keep them. So what else can I do with this hard metal? At the moment, I don't see a need of upgrading these guys to hard metal. We're not really doing much with it. Can we make anything different in the hard metal section that we couldn't make anywhere else? Let's take a look. We can make these guys, but like I said, some of these don't actually exist. Like you can take them, you can place them, and then they're just invisible and they don't exist. I found something the other day when I was mining. It's one of these little gray square looking thingies. There it is. So if I plop this down, I can get the birds just chirping away in my head. We're going to go ahead and just plop it over here somewhere. So you can see. We can go kablamo. You can kind of hear it. It's not super loud right there, but okay. But let's go ahead and dump these guys into the breakdown machine. Is there a hard metal variant of this? Assembler, disassembler. We need... What is that? Titanium filtering robot arm. What do you need for you? We need titanium, a lens, and copper. Eesh. Okay. Well, we don't really need it. We don't have too much stuff left to break down anyways. But I think that might actually be it for this game. For the time being, there's really not much else I can do. I can't really build stuff because there's not that many building blocks. There's a bunch of metal blocks. There's very few textured type blocks. But I'll definitely probably pick this game back up at a later date. This is still in early access, I think, or in beta mode or something like that. So I'll definitely pick it back up in a few months or a few years whenever the game keeps getting updated. But for right now, I think that's going to go ahead and be it for this series. We got all the way up to hard metal. I guess we can make one of these really quick. Oh, maybe not. We need cabling. Do we have cabling? We have plenty of cabling, and we have plenty of glass. Let's just see how much a tick the hard metal stuff gives us. So these ones over here, before we wrap up here, I'm just going to ramble. Let's see. These ones are the stainless steel ones, which are the first ones you can make. They make, looks like they make 1 a tick, maybe? I'm assuming. And it generates in 5.1. And then these guys, let's see. Oh, I can just put them on batteries. So let's see. This is the stainless steel one. Boop. I didn't put it on top of the battery. Boop. Okay, we'll just move the battery. So we are making 1 a tick. Nope, we're making half of... we're making like a 0.1. 0.1 a tick, okay. And then we take this guy, the hard metal one. Can I not get you on top of there instead of having to break the battery? Like so. And we're making 0.2 a tick. Well, these are really not that good, are they? Is it because it's almost nighttime? Nope, we're making 0.2 a tick. So what is the titanium one, like 0.15? That's, I mean, they're pretty cheap, but okay, well, I'm glad I didn't go that route and just farm up 1,000 of those things and power my base with those. But like I was saying, that's going to go ahead and be it for this series. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.